Wolfgang Stützel (1925–1987) was a German economist and professor at Saarland University. He is known for coining the concept of macroeconomic mechanics of balances, German, Volkswirtschaft like Saldenmechanik. This framework provided a structural arithmetic foundation, based on accounting identities, for Keynesian theories regarding government deficit spending during deflationary depressions. Stützel's balances mechanics explained how deflationary depressions arise when aggregate planned revenues exceed aggregate planned expenditures. Conversely, he showed how inflationary periods occur when aggregate planned expenditures exceed aggregate planned revenues. This not only validated Keynes' demand-driven output and employment theory but also specified its applicability to buyers' market situations. He was a member of the German Council of Economic Experts from 1966 to 1968. Stützel also developed the concept of the paradox of competition, analyzing situations where actions beneficial to individual economic entities can lead to negative outcomes when adopted by all. Wolfgang Stützel's early life began on January 23, 1925, in Aalen, Germany. His father, Hermann Stützel, was a chemist who also possessed skills as a master code breaker during both wartime and peacetime, and he managed a small pottery factory. Wolfgang's mother, Friedene Hennig, hailed from Wittenberg. He grew up with three older siblings, a brother and two sisters. Demonstrating an early aptitude for music, he became a student of the renowned pianist Elie Nie at the Salzburger Mozarteum in 1943. However, his musical studies were interrupted by World War II. In the spring of 1945, after serving for a year and a half in a radio operator's squad, Stützel managed to escape from captivity in Italy as the war drew to a close. Following the end of the war, he commenced his higher education in Tübingen, Germany. Initially, he focused on Protestant theology and ancient languages, as the theology faculty was one of the few operational departments at the time. This initial foray into the humanities would later give way to his enduring passion for economics, which he began studying in 1947. Wolfgang Stützel's doctoral dissertation, for which he received his doctorate in 1952, was titled The Relation of the Economy to the State, German, Verhältnis der Wirtschaft zum Staat. This work explored the complex interplay between economic activity and governmental influence. Following his doctorate, he continued his academic pursuits, culminating in his habilitation thesis, Paradoxes of Monetary Economies, which he completed while working as an assistant to Professor Brinkmann in Tübingen. Wolfgang Stützel's next major work was Balances Mechanics of Macroeconomic Relations, a contribution to the theory of money, German, Saldenmechanik makroökonomischer Zusammenhang.1 in Beitrag zur Geldtheorie, published in 1958. This book was pivotal in formalizing his concept of macroeconomic mechanics of balances, Volkswirtschaft like Saldenmechanik. In this work, Stützel laid out the fundamental principles of his balances mechanics, emphasizing the accounting identities that underpin macroeconomic relationships. He demonstrated how these identities could be used to understand the conditions leading to deflationary depressions and inflationary booms, thereby providing a rigorous foundation for some of Keynes's key insights. The book explored the interconnectedness of economic actors through their balance sheets, highlighting that one entity's expenditure is another's revenue. Balances Mechanics of Macroeconomic Relations was significant because it offered a framework for analyzing macroeconomic phenomena that was independent of specific behavioral assumptions. Stützel argued that many economic misunderstandings and policy errors stemmed from neglecting these fundamental balance sheet relationships. This work established Stützel as a key figure in German economic thought, and his Saldenmechanik continues to be a relevant framework for understanding macroeconomic dynamics. Following this publication, at the young age of 33, he was appointed as a professor at Saarland University by Professor Herbert Jayers, where he focused on banking management and national economics with an emphasis on money, currency, and credit. Wolfgang Stützel's subsequent significant work was National Economy Without Money German, Volkswirtschaft ohne Geld, published in 1962. This thought-provoking book presented a theoretical model of a national economy operating entirely without the use of money as a medium of exchange. Instead, it explored how economic transactions and coordination could occur through direct credit relationships and clearing mechanisms. In National Economy Without Money, Stützel meticulously constructed a hypothetical economic system to isolate the fundamental real relationships underlying economic activity, stripping away the complexities introduced by monetary systems. He analyzed how production, consumption, investment, and distribution could function based purely on credit and debit entries between economic agents. This theoretical exercise allowed him to highlight the essential roles that money plays in a real-world economy, such as facilitating transactions, acting as a unit of account, and serving as a store of value, by demonstrating the inherent challenges and limitations of a moneyless system. This work was not intended as a practical blueprint for a real economy but rather as a powerful analytical tool. By imagining a world without money, Stützel aimed to deepen the understanding of monetary phenomena and to clarify the essential functions and implications of money within a modern economy. National Economy Without Money is considered a significant contribution to monetary theory, pushing the boundaries of economic thought by exploring the fundamental nature of economic coordination and the crucial role of money in enabling complex exchange. It further solidified Stützel's reputation as an innovative and insightful economic theorist. Following National Economy Without Money, Wolfgang Stützel continued to develop and refine his ideas, publishing several other significant works. One notable contribution was Remarks on Balance Theory German, Bemerkungen zur Bilanztheorie in 1967. In this work, he further elaborated on the importance of balance sheet analysis for understanding economic phenomena, building upon the foundations laid in his earlier book on balances mechanics. He emphasized the interconnectedness of economic actors through their balance sheets and how changes in one entity's financial position inevitably affect others. Another important book was Price, Value, and Power, Analytical Theory of the Economy's Relation to the State German, Preis, Wert und Macht, Analytische Theorie der Verhältnisses der Wirtschaft zum Staat, published in 1972. This work revisited themes from his doctoral dissertation, offering a more mature and comprehensive analysis of the intricate relationship between the economy and the state. Stützel explored the various ways in which government intervention influences market prices, value creation, and the distribution of economic power. Later in his career, Stützel published Balances Mechanics of Macroeconomic Relations in a revised and expanded form in 1978 German, Volkswirtschaftliche Saldenmechanik makroökonomischer Zusammenhang, solidifying his most well-known contribution to macroeconomic thought. He also released Paradoxes of Monetary and Competitive Economies German, Paradoxe der Geld- und Konkurrenzwirtschaft in 1979, which further explored the counterintuitive outcomes that can arise in market economies, including a more detailed analysis of the paradox of competition. In 1981, Stützel published Market Price and Human Dignity, Theses on Economic and Educational Policy German, Marktpreis und Menschenwürde, Thesen zur Wirtschafts- und Bildungspolitik, reflecting his later shift towards a more critical stance on certain aspects of the welfare state and advocating for principles aligned with economic liberalism. These later works demonstrate Stützel's continued engagement with fundamental economic questions and his evolving perspectives on economic policy. Following the publication of Market Price and Human Dignity in 1981, Wolfgang Stützel continued his scholarly work and public engagement until his death in 1987. While he did not publish further major book-length treatises in the same vein as his earlier seminal works, he remained an active contributor to academic journals, edited volumes, and public discourse on economic policy. His writings during this period often elaborated on themes he had introduced earlier, such as the nuances of balances mechanics, the paradoxes inherent in market economies, and his evolving views on the role of the state and the principles of economic liberalism. He continued to teach at Saarland University, influencing generations of students with his rigorous approach to economic analysis and his emphasis on fundamental accounting identities. Stützel also remained involved in discussions on contemporary economic issues in Germany, offering his perspectives on matters such as monetary policy, fiscal responsibility, and the challenges facing the German economy. His contributions during this time often took the form of articles, essays, and presentations, where he would apply his theoretical framework to current economic debates. Wolfgang Stützel received the following awards: 1978, Ludwig Erhard Prize for Economics Journalism. This prize recognizes outstanding contributions to the public understanding of economic issues. 1985, Honorary Doctorate from the Juristic Faculty of the Eberhard Karls University, Tübingen. This academic honor acknowledged his significant contributions to economic thought and his impact on the field. 1985, Grand Cross of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany German, Großes Bundesverdienstkreuz. This is the highest class of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany and recognizes outstanding achievements in various fields. Work selection. Interest, Credit, and Production German, Zins, Credit und Production, Tübingen, Stützel as publisher, Wilhelm Lautenbach, foreword by Wilhelm Ropke Mohr-Siebeck, 1952 PDF 1,5 MB. Price, Value, and Power German, Preis, Wort und Macht, Allen, Scientia, 1972 Unverand. Neudr. Die Tübinger Dissertation 1952 ISBN 978-3511006686. Balances Mechanics of Economics German, Volkswirtschaftliche Saldenmechanik, Tübingen, Mohr, 1978 Nachdr. Der 2. Outflow. 2011, Mohr-Siebeck ISBN 978-3161509551 Google Books. Paradoxes of Money Economy and Competitive Market Economy German, Paradoxe der Geld- und Konkurrenzwirtschaft, Allen, Scientia, 1979 ISBN 978-3511090296. Market Price and Human Dignity. Theses about Economy and Education Policy German, Marktpreis und Menschenwürde. Thesen zur Wirtschafts- und Bildungspolitik, Stuttgart, Bonn Aktuell, 1981 ISBN 978-38795911619. About Our Currency Conditions German, Über unsere Währungsverhältnisse, Tübingen, Mohr-Siebeck, 1983 ISBN 978-3163446328. Bank Policy, Today and Tomorrow German, Bankenpolitik, Heute und Morgen, Frankfurt am Main, Knapp, 1983-3. Unverand. Auflage mit vor Nachwort die Verfassers 1. Auflage 1964. Wolfgang Stützel, Modern Concepts for Financial Markets, Employment, and Economic Constitution German, Wolfgang Stützel, Modern Konzept für Finanzmarkt, Beschäftigung und Wirtschaftsverfassung, Tübingen, Publisher Hartmut Schmidt, Mohr-Siebeck, 2001 ISBN 978-3161476143 Google Books. References. Short summaries of Stützel's Mechanics of Balances in English are available in 1 Charlotte Brune 1995, Logical Structures and Algorithmic Behavior in a Credit Economy Online, Chapter 3, The Logical Structure of a Monetary Economy, pages 78 to 98 online, 2 Fabian Lindner 2015, Does Saving Increase the Supply of Credit? A Critique of Loanable Funds Theory Online, and 3 Johannes Schmidt 2016, Reforming the Undergrad Macroeconomics Curriculum, The Case for a Thorough Treatment of Accounting Relationships Online. Wolfgang Stützel 1953, Paradoxe der Geld- und Konkurrenzwirtschaft. Allen 1979, p. 183 to 199. Wolfgang Stützel, Modern Konzept für Finanzmarkt, Beschäftigung und Wirtschaftsverfassung. Tübingen 2001, Vorwort v. Wolfgang Stützel 1952, Preis, Wort und Macht. Analytische Theorie der Verhältnisses der Wirtschaft zum Staat. Allen 1972. Wolfgang Stützel 1953, Paradoxe der Geld- und Konkurrenzwirtschaft. Allen 1979. Zeit, 11. April 1969, Der XYZ aus dem Saarland. Wolfgang Stützel 1958, Volkswirtschaftliche Saldenmechanik. Ein Beitrag zur Geldtheorie. Tübingen 2011. Der Spiegel, 30. September 1968, Conjuncture Sachverständigen Rat, Kusknatur, Die Zeit, 11. April 1969, Der XYZ aus dem Saarland. Heiner Flassbeck, Gesamtwirtschaftliche Paradoxe und moderne Wirtschaftspolitik PDF, 15 p. 143 kb, Einführung, p1. Peter Bofinger, Wolfgang Stützel. Wolfgang Stützel, Marktpreis und Menschenwürde. Thesen zur Wirtschafts- und Bildungspolitik. Stuttgart 1981, p. 37, Indemich mich für ein Marktwirtschaft mit systemkonformer Sozialpolitik einsetze, setze ich mich nicht für einen Umbau des Systems sozialer Leistungen ein, while aber für dessen Umbau, und zwar für einen Umbau in eine Richtung, die nach allen dargelegten schlechten Erfahrungen der letzten Jahrzehnt darauf hinausläuft, dass das soziale Streit unter geringer Verschüttung volkswirtschaftlicher Ressourcen auch tatsächlich erreicht und gehalten werden kann. Saarbrücker Zeitung, March 4, 1987, Nachruf für Wolfgang Stützel, Verfass von Professor Johannes Welker.